Today, I am going to share with you a few interesting facts against the myths about homeopathy. As we know that myths are based upon folklores or some kind of fairy tales. So there are many myths about homeopathy, and the facts are based upon definite scientific principles. Acute cases are the most challenging part of the clinical practice that I have seen, because the way I began, there were many acutes, and initial stage of your practice, you are unable to gather, or you are able to gather information, but you have a lot of difficulty is prescribing consistently. But when you are a novice in homeopathy, some acute prescriptions like simple prescriptions for sinusitis, for asthma, or for eczema, certain simple remedies will give you a lot of confidence, and you will be able to gain a lot of confidence of your near and dear one. So the patient treated by you in acutes is going to make you or put you in a very comfortable position. So let's try to burst the myth that homeopathy cannot act in acutes. We can't say I can't, we must say I can. So it's a tussle between myths and facts. So let's see what are the traditional myths about homeopathy against the facts. Homeopathy can never work for acutes. Homeopathy works more effectively for acutes as well as chronic. The time required is very slow, but actually the time could be quicker than your painkillers. One need to prescribe allopathy in well-maintained chronic cases. If you have a case of diabetes, and if the patient gets some emergency like an injury, people should use allopathy. No, that is not going to work. You must prescribe on the acute condition, and it is not going to hamper your chronic constitutional remedy, provided that you know your Organon and Batrya Medica very well. So there was this case, Master A, male, 4 years old. Patient was brought into an emergency to my clinic at early morning hours around 6:30. So patient had fever, lots of fever, 104, 105, and he was given lots of allopathic medicines like different antibiotics, steroids, and different painkillers, bronchodilators. His fever was on day 5. Probably 1 week or day 5, he had papular eruptions all over the body. The history goes back like this. The patient ate ice cream at a birthday party, and he had some street food. He took antibiotics for 4 days, no result. Fever still continued. Fever was continuous fever. On clinical examination, his temperature was 99 because he already had some paracetamol before coming to me. Respiratory system was normal, respiratory rate was normal, pulse was 100, and he had normal reflexes. Clinically, he was appearing to be normal. The symptoms should be arranged according to Boger-Monig-Ussen's concept: location, sensation and pathology, modalities, and concomitant in acutes. Chronic, you must give a lot of emphasis on mind and the behavior of the person, but in acutes, most of the time, the mental symptoms are minimal because of the suppression. The physical symptoms could be also revealing the diagnosis like viral, bacterial, strep throat, but it is very difficult to get symptoms, prescriptive symptoms homeopathically in initial stages of the disease or initial stages of your practice. Hyoscyamus has the symptom uncovering desire to, and the symptom that body is tied by somebody. So these two symptoms were very important. Although all other symptoms, if you put them, so as you have experience, initially you must put all the symptoms, common or uncommon, into the repertory. But as you gain some confidence, then you must only put those symptoms which are striking, which are differentiating. So this minimizes our labor. So these symptoms made me prescribe Hyoscyamus in deviated doses.